keeping your crown fit and your soul lit.
Too lit. Before lit.
This is the Crowns Up Podcast with Xavier Brandon, the #1 spot for hip-hop, faith, and culture.
I do this for my culture.
Streaming on all digital and streaming platforms. Follow us on social media at Crowns Up Pod. Subscribe and like on YouTube and get the latest hip-hop news and what's good with the culture.
Representing the entire hip-hop culture, man.
Meet us at the crossroads for dope convos and questions on faith. Get the barbershop debate raw and real with top 5 interviews with family, influencers, and get a mic check with your favorite artists.
Mic check 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Remember to always keep your crowns up.
Yo, what's poppin', family? It's your man Xavier Brandon. Welcome back to the Crowns Up Podcast, episode 21. You know, I am Xavier Brandon. You know, it's the #1 spot for hip hop, faith, and culture, keeping your crown fit and your soul lit. You already know who we are, the Crowns Up Podcast. Shout out to all our followers, all our listeners, everybody who's subscribed already to us on YouTube. We getting our followers up, our subscribers up. So make sure you click subscribe right now. That red box, make sure you do that. Make sure you share it with somebody. Make sure you write a review, because we need those reviews, man, on Apple, Spotify, Google Play, everywhere where you can listen to a podcast. That's where we at. Man, we appreciate you. I know it's been a long time. We shouldn't have left you. You know what I'm sorry. Without a dope beat to step to, but we back. We back now, okay, baby? We back. Make sure you subscribe on all social media at Crowns Up Pod. That's CROWNSUPPOD. Crowns Up Pod. Want to give a special shout out to all the mothers. Mother's Day is tomorrow. Shout out to all our moms. We salute you. Shout out to my mom, Lori. Shout out to my wife, Aye. Shout out to my mother-in-law, Charity, godmother, Herlene, aunts, Pat, Vic, everybody. Shout out to Mama Hall. Shout out to everybody, okay? We appreciate you. We couldn't be here without you. We wouldn't be here without you. Y'all are super women, and we appreciate all that you've contributed to this culture and to our bodies and our lives. So salute to you. Have a happy Mother's Day. We have a great show today. I'm here with a phenomenal woman I've known for way over 10 years. Yes. Man, she is a dope human being. She is a lover of hip hop. She represents the Bay Area and the H-Town. You know what I mean? Coming down, okay, tipping down, okay, grilling them out, okay. She's phenomenal. I don't want to waste any time. I want to introduce to some, present to others, the phenomenal, the amazing Miss Nakia Hall. Nakia, what up, baby?
Hey, X.
How you
hey,
feeling?
everybody. I'm good. How y'all doing?
Good. You know, I call you another name, but we in front of company, so I'm not gonna call you.
It's okay. You can call me Monet.
Okay, Monet. Yes, we up.
It's my middle name.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Cool. Monet, how you feeling today?
I feel good.
Good.
I feel very good.
Thank you for coming to the Crowns Up Podcast.
Thank you for having me. I'm always like humbled
Oh
when
my
people
God.
ask me to speak. No, I'm dead serious.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you want to hear what I gotta say?
Yeah, nah, I mean, you're really dope. I try to lift up voices of people who people may know, people who may, and then people that they may not know.
Yeah.
I'm surrounded, God's blessed me with a lot of dope people in my life. You happen to be one of the top tier echelon. I'm sorry it took so long. I'm sorry it took so long for you to be here, but we're here now.
Yeah, all that matters is right now.
Hey,
we
man.
live in the present.
Right.
So it's cool.
And we in a new spot. I don't know if y'all seen, we in a new spot.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We want to, before you know it, these walls going to be painted, or we're going to have some dope artwork, all that stuff.
Yes.
But for those that's rocking with us, we appreciate you for right now. For those that don't know who you are, Monet, can you please tell the world, who are you? What do you specialize in?
Mm-hmm.
What brings you to the podcast today?
Okay, my name is Nakia Monet Hall. I am a licensed therapist in the state of Georgia. I do a lot of work in substance abuse. But right now, I just started my private practice. So
private practice.
Yes. I just started my private practice. So I am doing individual therapy, marriage and relationship, counseling, all of that. So that's why I'm here.
Hit her up. We're gonna drop
Please
the
hit me
info.
up.
We're gonna
Yes.
we're gonna drop the info. We're gonna get you some clients. You know,
Come
I'm about to
through.
be pulling up, be like, hey yo, help a brother out. Okay.
Yes, come
I
through.
need. We gonna get it to it. We're gonna
But you
get
know,
into
your
it.
session's free.
Yo,
'cause you know what I'm saying?
hey, free sessions. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so we're going to jump right into it because we got a lot to discuss. We're going to start it off, as you already know, with what's good with the culture. You know, that's our time when we talk about what's popping in our culture and stuff like that. And tonight is a special night. Man, we about to have verses tonight.
Right.
The ladies' first edition. god dang Mother's Day edition, Auntie edition, whatever you want to call it edition. It's about to be SWV versus Escape. Okay? So, Monet, I need your take. For those that don't know what's going on tonight, 8 o'clock p.m. on Versus TV on IG. You can go to Triller app, and you can also go to the Fight TV app on your TVs. I'm probably going to plug it up. You know, I got a projector now. I'm about to put the projector on. You know what I'm saying? We about to have it.
And my brother love movies, so
hey,
I know
we
that's
about to get ready. You know, the popcorn about to be ready.
Right.
Okay? So, we about to watch that tonight. I know I'm tapped in. You know, what do you think about tonight? How you feeling? What you feel about it?
I'm biased.
Okay.
So I've always been an SWV fan. Period.
Yeah.
They can sing.
Yeah.
And I love music.
Yeah.
So I don't just love the beat. I love people who can sing.
Facts.
So SWV.
Sisters with voices
and
for a reason.
I'm not gonna say that Escape can't sing.
Okay.
Per se.
Not
but
per
they came
se.
up at the right time in R&B, the
They
90s.
did. The 90s were a phenomenal
But not just
time.
that. In the 90s, you didn't really have to sing.
Right.
Like, you didn't have to know how to sing. Let me say it like that.
I mean, well, I feel like you did have to know how to sing back then. Today,
no,
you might not.
There's no way. They were so nasally back in the 90s. It wasn't.
Okay.
Vocally, but they had the image. It was like the Rihannas of the 90s.
Oh my god.
And we love Riri.
Sure. I'm about to say you trying to say Riri can't sing. Oh my
but
God.
we love Riri. What are we to say? Very nice gown. Wonderful gown.
Stop it, Monet. Stop it.
I'm just saying.
Yo, I think it's gonna be a phenomenal match tonight.
I do too.
I'm gonna go with SWV as well. Nothing against Escape. You know what I mean? Kicking off.
They got hits.
Kick off my feet and relax.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
What you kick off your shoes, relax your feet. How you gonna go against that? Or all I need is understanding. You know what I mean? Candy got joined by herself. I know she gonna pull out.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I don't know what Tiny is gonna do. But I think together they got some joints, but I don't think they can top.
They can't.
They don't have anything to beat right here.
Or we. That is an anthem. That
or
will
Rain.
last. Come on.
Those three. Those probably gonna be the last three we hit. And there was a little issue or whatever like that. They was trying to figure out they were gonna play the Michael sample, which you have to play the Michael sample for right here. It don't matter what. I don't care what you feel.
They were gonna
Michael.
not play.
There
the
was some
Michael
talks
sample?
about it, but they decided and they said, "Yo, Michael sample will be played tonight." I'm here for it right here.
I'm a little confused as to why they wouldn't.
It's their number one hit. Why would you not?
Controversial?
Yeah, you know, because Mike and whatever people try to.
Please play the song.
He's the greatest of all time. I don't care what nobody says. And we're gonna and we're gonna still play.
Yes.
We're still gonna play Michael tonight. So
yes.
Tap in tonight at 8 o'clock p.m. Triller app versus TV on Instagram. Fight TV, FITE TV app on your TV. If you got a smart TV, it's going to be popping. We're going to be lit tonight. Shout out to all the ladies who's going to have, you know what I mean? They
the
cut
nails.
off nails, they cut off shirt, you know what I mean? Door knocker earrings.
All of that.
We here for all of it, okay? I'm here for all of it. Definitely let us know what you think in the comments. Drop a comment, hit me up, DM us, let us know who you got for SWV versus Escape versus. Shout out to Swiss Beats and Timberland for always holding it down and keeping the culture alive.
Yes.
All right. Now we got to get into a LA homie, LA finest, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rap, upper echelon MC,
right.
The Game. Now we know over the years, you know, one of the first podcasts that we actually, I think it might have been the second or third podcast we got into the list. Remember, like 2 years ago, right before the pandemic hit, there was the list of, I think, top 50 MCs.
Right.
You know, and we was all debating on social media, putting your list up, whatever like that. And so the Game decided to come back. I think,
saw that.
you know what I mean, and put his emphasis and on his top 10 MCs, rappers alive today, which is different than the other one because, you know, usually we go into all time, right? So here is the Game's top 10 rappers alive list in order, not including himself.
Right.
And
he said he can go bar to bar.
And he said he'll go bar to bar with every single one of them. The confidence is an all-time high.
How could you not be confident?
He's game though. He's game, man. Hate it or love it. The underdog on top. What you gonna say against somebody who got 100 bars and running? You know what I mean?
Right.
So number 1 is Jay-Z. 2 is Nas.
Okay.
3 is Lil Wayne. 4 is Eminem.
Okay.
5 is Kendrick. 6 is Snoop. 7 is Drake.
Okay.
8 is Andre 3000.
Okay.
9 is J. Cole. 10 is Lil Baby. What do you think about Game's list? Is it certified? Would you change some things up? Would you put some?
Honestly, maybe like 4 months ago, I would have been like, why is Lil Baby on the list?
Yeah.
But I started listening to Lil Baby got bars.
He got bars.
Like, he's actually really good.
Right,
I love
he
his
is.
voice, his
Yeah,
cadence, his
yeah,
style.
yeah.
So I think his list is good. I'm going to be honest with
Yeah.
you. I think his list is great.
Yeah.
The order, I feel like J. Cole too low on the list for me.
I feel you.
I love J. I
love
can't wait
Cole.
for his album to drop.
Did you hear Interlude? It just dropped.
I did not.
When did
it drop? Yesterday?
Cole dropped last night, midnight.
I
Interlude.
literally was looking through his Spotify yesterday.
Interlude is up. Interlude is up.
Okay.
And it's called Interlude for a reason, but I can tell
it's about to be fire.
he's already like, yo, I told y'all.
Love J.
I told
Cole.
y'all. Shout out to the off season about to
Yes.
drop in a few weeks. Okay.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
I already see myself.
Yeah.
Like,
Bumping
and in the
it.
summertime,
Yeah.
if the bass don't go through my chest,
Yeah.
it's not loud enough.
Hey, talk about it. Talk about it.
Oh my God. So I can't wait to listen to it windows down.
Facts.
Yes.
And I think, I always feel like I love people who continue to stick with themes, right? You know what I mean?
Yes.
We first when we heard about Cole, it was the Come Up. That was his first season. Then he dropped, when he's got on Rock Nation, he dropped the Warm Up.
Right.
Then he dropped Saturday Night Lights, right? And then after Saturday Night Lights, then it was Cold World, the Sideline Story. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, and then he didn't come through with anything that was still the basketball theme.
Right.
But now he back with the off season.
Right.
The basketball goal on fire as the
Right.
he's on fire. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I think Cole always with the bars. I think it's gonna be amazing
Yes.
joint. As far as games list, order. I can't disagree with the 10. Right. I
Right.
would have personally put Sean or Wale up there over some people alive now, because I mean here's the thing with the veterans, you got to give the vets they props. Like you can't none of them are necessarily knocking off Hove, Nas, Weezy, or M. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Snoop. I love Snoop. You know what I mean? I don't know if Snoop's today still has the caliber of he can
agree.
still rap. Clearly we saw in the verses with him and
100%,
DMX.
yeah.
RIP to X, by the way. We can see in that, but I don't know if he has the caliber to still compete with at least a Wale or a Sean. You know
I
what
would
mean?
agree with you.
But I respect him being on there. 3 Stacks. I always feel like I love 3 Stacks, but you got to put Big Boy in there too. You know what I'm saying? Like
You do. You
you can't just sit there and
That's
just
true.
try to. And we like to isolate 3 Stacks because the features.
He's still better.
You know what I mean?
I'm sorry. He's still better. Than
If
Big
you-
Boy. I'm sorry.
I don't remember, and I'm not gonna. I don't remember Big Boy's verses or like I can't.
Exactly.
But his rapping ability and the fact that what he brought to the table for Atlanta hip hop
I
and what he
agree.
continues to contribute, because you'll hear a Big Boy joint
And
every
he still- yeah.
and it still be like
And
it still go to
yeah.
number 1.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I feel where they put, and of course Drizzy. You know what I mean?
Right.
Cole. And I would give Baby his props. Baby's the only artist in 2020 who went platinum.
Is he really?
I'm not sure if artist. I know he's the only rap artist.
Right.
I don't know if he
Okay.
was the only in a pandemic. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right,
And
right.
yes, like you know what I mean. Regardless of what you say about his voice, whatever, his cadence, the bars that he says, you know what I
Right.
mean, like what he's actually saying, like he's holding it down for
Okay.
Atlanta hip hop right now. You know
I
what
would
I'm saying?
agree. And I've been hearing it's been debates about the artists that have been dropping.
Yeah.
Like their projects is being too rushed and
Yeah.
you can hear it
Yeah.
in the music.
You can.
So I would agree with that.
Replay value is essential. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And if you're sitting there listening and like you only get like a couple of days out of it. No, you need stuff
Right.
that you can play. When
Exactly.
Nipsey dropped, granted again pre-pandemic, when Nipsey dropped Victory Lap,
Yeah.
the whole winter,
Yeah.
all winter long,
Right.
I was rocking Victory
Right.
Lap. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like okay, that's cool
A
for
week.
a couple of days, a
Yeah.
week, whatever,
Uh-huh.
maybe. You know what I mean? So.
Right.
Shout out to those rappers. I also will put Conway the Machine, Benny the Butcher up there
Mm-hmm.
from Griselda. Them boys is nasty. Them boys is nasty. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
But I know bodies of work and stuff like that. But yeah, These are good. This is a good list. You know,
It
anybody
really is.
anybody who wants to argue with Game, you know what I mean, go pull up on LA Confidential yourself. You know, Los Angeles Confidential yourself. But yeah, I think, and in fact, I do think he could go bar for bar. You know what I mean?
You think so? Even with Jay-Z?
I don't know if he would win.
Okay, but he could go bar.
But
to bar.
he could go bar for bar.
Okay,
like, you know what I mean?
I would agree.
He's not about to sit there and just be on some like.
I would agree.
You know.
Yeah.
I mean,
because he's so confident.
Yeah.
I got you.
He ain't gonna back down. He ain't gonna be like, yo, let me just relax. You know what I mean? No. No. But definitely, and I think, you know, if you listen to Khaled's album, Sorry Not Sorry, you know, you hear Jay-Z and Nas on it. You know what I mean? Right. We can sit there and debate who had the better verse or whatever. You know what I mean? I know my personal take is the H
Jay-Z.
to the is O, V to the is A. You know what I mean?
Of course, you're biased.
You know, right? Yeah, I'm biased. But I think a lot of people were sleeping on Nas's verse if you didn't understand what he was saying. My man said he's the crypto Scarface. Like, if you know Nas's business moves that he's been making, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. And you know who Scarface is, then you know that Nas ain't.
But I also feel like that's why Nas don't get as much, I guess, accolades. Don't really give him his flowers because you got to be intelligent. Yeah. To really pick up on what Nas talking about. Yeah,
but also, I think we do because of Illmatic.
Okay.
No one will ever. Yeah, okay, there's not an album out, period, that's gonna touch Illmatic. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no matter what. Right. Well, okay. And so because, you know, you had that, he's always been this claim to fame of gigantic MC. Right. God MC. Like, you know what I mean? Right. But I think because of the longevity that Jay has had, his influence in culture, the way that he moves, Nas is a quiet storm killer. I agree. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Nas gonna keep to himself. He ain't about to be out there in public. He'll out rap you.
I was about to say, because we see so much of what Jay-Z does. Yeah. Like, we see it.
You gotta Google that Nas goddamn got stock in Uber and all these other, you know what I mean? Right. And he's making his money, you know.
Making millions.
So shout out to our MCs that's still alive, that's still with us, man. Yeah. I appreciate them, giving them flowers. Man, this is a really dope list. I hope this sparks a whole lot of conversation as it did with us. And yeah, I like it.
Great list.
So Monet, what have you been listening to lately? What's been on your repeat playlist? What you got bumping right now?
Always Drake.
You waiting for Certified Lover Boy to drop?
Absolutely. We love everything Drake does.
Of course.
Let me see. On the way here, I was listening to my bass slap. Like, that's literally the name of my playlist. Okay. What's on that? I'm biased on my Bay Area too. So 90s to early 2000s, that's all I listen to. Yeah. I feel like the rappers now, like from everywhere, all over the country, just not as good.
You can be honest. You can be honest. This is a safe space. This is a safe space.
But I prefer my rap to tell a story like they did back in, like when it started. Like, y'all don't be talking about nothing. Yeah. Like, I can't.
This is why we like Cole so much.
Yes, why we love Cole. Yeah. Like, always a story to tell. So, what else? I've been on my Giveon.
Okay.
I love him. I love his voice.
Heartbreak Anniversary.
Yes. The whole project.
I haven't listened to the whole project yet.
From top to bottom was fire. Okay. Absolutely loved it. And it take a lot for me to really love a whole album. Like, I found myself like loving, like, okay, that one too. Okay. Yeah. So it's really good. And what else? I'm always listening to Kehlani. She's from the Bay. Right. I think that's pretty much it. Like, once I get my little songs, like, I stick to my playlist because I know what I like.
Yeah, facts.
Oh, and SZA. Good Days. That's Good Days. On repeat. 100%. Yeah. All
right, bad. So I've been listening to Conway the Machine again. Okay. He got a joint called La and Conway. I'm sorry if I'm messing this up. Let me just pull out my phone so I don't mess it. It's pretty much the machine in Spanish. It's called La Maquina. La Maquina. I've been listening to that.
Okay. I'm gonna have to pull it up.
Conway the Machine is a problem, man. Like, that 630 tip up, like you said, front to back. Yo.
It don't miss.
You know what I mean? Also been listening to Khaled.
Okay.
I think this might be Khaled's best album.
You think so?
I think so. This is why, for me, right? And maybe it could be where I am in life.
Okay.
You know, but the other ones, they had good combinations. They might have had a good song or two. Like, you know what I'm saying? For me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think the last one, I feel like was Major Key. and it was all right. You know what I mean? But to me, it didn't have no replay. I didn't have much replay value of it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? This one, I really like the Cardi joint.
Which I like.
Cardi bodied.
She did.
Cardi got the best song on the whole
She
album.
really did.
She got the best song.
And she had to make it clear. I wrote
and
the
she
song.
wrote. Now look.
She was like, it was last minute.
I'm Barty gang all
Yes.
day. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I was surprised. I'm like, yo, I was like, whoever wrote this was fine. And if Cardi, you wrote this and you say you do,
She said she wrote it, I believe her.
Salute. Because she got a clips line. I think it might have went over her head because she didn't put it at the end. She said, these clips push for anybody speaking malice. I was like, ooh. Cardi talking that talk, you know what I mean?
It was definitely a good song.
Yeah.
I actually didn't even make it through the whole album.
Really?
So maybe I need to go back.
Go back because that Cardi joint is hard. And my second favorite, which really is like maybe my first favorite, but when I think about like, I guess better songs, is I Can Have It All by her, Bryson Tiller, and Meek Mill.
I did not get that far, and I meant to because I love her.
That joint, hers on there twice, right? She got a joint.
Is.
She got a joint with the Migos, called Crazy. I'm not too much of a fan. I love the fact that they sampled They Know, because They Know is an Atlanta classic. Shout out R.I.P. Shawty Low. This is one of my favorite joints. But I wish they wouldn't have did it reggae style.
I know, and I think that's when I heard the reggae, I was like, next.
Yeah, like the reggae. I love the reggae. Now the last joint, Where I Come From, with Buju, Capleton.
I didn't even listen to it.
Now that
I gotta listen to a project in order.
No, yeah, I do.
The first time, like, cause I need the story.
Yeah, now that is hard. It got Buju Banton. It got Capleton.
Okay.
It got who else? Bounty Killer.
I'm gonna have to go back.
Now that's a great reggae joint, but to me, I wish they would have used They Know in a different way, like just made it harder than it already was.
I agree. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that I Can Have It All. It has the Feeling in the Air sample by Beanie Siegel. That joint touch your soul. You know what I mean? Sorry Not Sorry, of course. Jay-Z and Nas. You know what I mean? It's really good. Justin Timberlake got a song called B that samples Maybe Tomorrow by the Jackson 5.
Was it good?
Yes, and it's like soul. Like I feel like this album, he really was trying to go for like a soulful, like touch your soul type of album. So I think for where I am in life, like I'm like, yo,
it got you.
It got me. Like, you know what I mean? So somebody else might not like it, but I think that's cool. That's what I've been bumping is them two albums like back to back. If I'm not dropping Conway, I'm definitely bumping Khaled, and then when Cole drops, I'm going to be dropping Cole.
100%. All summer long.
All summer long. Okay. And then Drizzy, I know you coming, and you know I think they smart. You know what I mean? They wait till one of them dropping and be like, all right. And I'm sure Kendrick, I know we ain't heard nothing from you, but I know he coming. Because to me, I think those are the top 5 echelon MCs, and they all came out at the same time. Cole, Kendrick, Wale, Sean, and Drizzy. And so like when one of them, when they in season, they all in season. Right. You know what I mean? Like Detroit 2, I know Sean dropped earlier in the pandemic. Detroit 2 was a phenomenal, phenomenal front to back body of work. Like they need to give Sean his props on that one. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I think it's gonna be phenomenal summer. I think coming out of this pandemic, you know what I mean, people gonna be real lit and the music gonna be fire.
I agree.
And
I can't wait to go to a concert.
Oh yeah,
you hear me?
As soon as we get the free tickets.
Oh my God. You sure do got it. Say less.
Know what time?
Say less.
Yo, if you need a good date, okay, Monet, a great date for a concert, okay?
I'm all about the music.
We gonna vibe. We gonna have a good time. So concerts, we about to get it popping. So we gonna get to our next segment, which is called the Crossroads segment. You already know it's a time that we talk about an issue of faith that millennials and also non-millennials, anybody really who's a person of faith deals with. And the summer, spring, winter, fall, the year has been crazy. Out of control. Yeah. And because Monet's specialty is in mental health, I wanted to be able to talk about this. So we know there's been a whole bunch of civic unrest in the whole country, right? Derek Chauvin, who is the man who murdered George Floyd in the outbreak of riots and social change occurred. He's been convicted. We now know that the officers are all indicted. Every one of them that was involved in the whole scene has been indicted on civil rights charges. We also know there's been a lot of deaths right after, during the Chauvin trial. We lost Dante Wright. That was same in Minnesota. We also lost Ma'Khia Bryant, who was killed when she called the cops trying to,
for her own protection.
For her own protection.
Yeah.
We know we lost Rashard Brooks here in the city of Atlanta.
Yeah.
George Floyd, Atiani Jefferson. We lost Jaslyn Adams, who was in Chicago, who was the baby girl who got shot at the McDonald's in Chicago. And then we also lost Sequoia Turner in Atlanta, who was a baby girl who got shot at the Wendy's, close to where Rashard Brooks got shot.
Yeah.
And so it's easy for us to sit there and tackle, the police crime. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But we also cause crime to each other, you know
True.
what I mean? And violence and stuff.
Yeah.
And as a society, when you're seeing all of these videos and clips and stuff, I know it brings trauma. You know what I mean?
100%.
And it can rest in your body, your soul. It can make you not go to sleep. You cannot be well. So how do we navigate this space as people of faith, as human beings, as Black Americans? How do we navigate the space when all these bodies are being dropped and we're constantly seeing it? What is your take on what do you think from a professional standpoint and from a spiritual, whatever way you want to give it?
Yeah, I think from both professional and spiritual, it comes with, first of all, we have to be self-aware and just acknowledging where you are.
Yeah.
So many of these videos, y'all, it's traumatizing.
Yeah.
Like one video I watched by accident. Who did I watch by accident? It might have been Ma'Khia. I did not want to see that man kill her. But like we repost and then it's posted in articles when you just wanted to read about it. Yeah. But then the video starts playing. But we have to be able to take a step back. So I always tell people, if you know that that's triggering for you, don't look at it. Like you got to have enough wherewithal to put your phone down, turn the news off, and walk away. Like some days we just need to focus on like real life people that we can see, touch, the people that we love. Surround yourself in like loving environments instead of being alone in your room on your phone and just scrolling for hours, because it becomes too much. I think we also have to be able to admit that we are feeling traumatized. I think that in the Black community, especially Black community when it comes to church, Christians, and for so many of us, I don't know a lot of Black people who aren't religious in some aspect. Either you Christian or you Muslim. I don't know any Black people who are not one or the other. But it doesn't matter what your religious or your spiritual beliefs are. We have a hard time with admitting and acknowledging our own pain. Like we feel like we have to be strong on top of it. And for so many of us, that's how we survive. Like, and we've had that passed down to us. So of course we have 400 years of slavery. That was a thing.
That's a real thing.
But that trauma has been passed down because slavery didn't end and then we were free to live our lives and be ourselves. No, slavery ended, then Jim Crow, then all of these things.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so we've been taught to kind of mask our pain because that's what we had to do in order to survive. So it's not like slavery ended for like those 400 years of enslavement and then boom, we were free to be our natural, beautiful Black selves. No, it was slavery, then you had the Jim Crow South, and then you had like all of these things that just really impeded us from being really who we were designed to be, because Black people are amazing. You give us the innards of a pig and we make a meal out of it.
Hello.
You see what I'm saying?
Soul food.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and then everybody else want to do it too, because we're magic like that. But I remember I was asking my mom one day, like, what year were you born? She told me, and when my mom was born, we couldn't even vote. Like Black people could not vote. Yeah. Like my grandparents, my mom's parents, they're from the South, Louisiana. They were sharecroppers. My auntie was out there as a child picking cotton with them. And they're earning pennies on a dollar. That's just slavery with a different mask on it.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that we have to do a better job at acknowledging that we've passed down learned behaviors from trauma from generation to generation to generation. And while those skills helped us to survive well then, like they don't serve us now. Yeah. So I think that we have to be open to seeking out help. I know a lot of times we feel like if I talk about it, if I admit it, then I'm weak.
Yeah.
And if I'm weak, I can't survive. But sometimes it's not weakness, it's vulnerability.
Yeah.
And vulnerability is one of the strongest things you can do.
Yeah.
When you're actually cognizant enough to open yourself up, and of course in a safe environment, you can't be vulnerable with everybody.
Of course.
That's goofy.
Right. That's
And
goofy.
we're not gonna be goofy.
Stop being goofy out here.
Stop being goofy. Everybody is not your friend.
Right. Clubhouse is not your
Right.
friend, okay?
Man, can you talk about it?
Can we talk about it? Twitter is
Oh my
not your
God.
friend.
It's
Instagram is not your friend.
Don't vent
Okay.
on the socials.
Okay.
Like, get a therapist and
Right.
talk to them.
Talk about it.
But we have to be honest about, like, when we're in those places. I think that when we experience trauma, there is an aspect called your lizard brain, right? So that's like our primal fight or flight instincts. When you are constantly fighting for your life, constantly fighting for your survival, it's hard to enter into that higher level of thinking.
Yeah.
As far as survivalist, or as far as like living your best life, thriving, right? Because there's a difference between surviving and thriving.
Yeah.
Surviving is just getting from day to day. Thriving is actually being able to flourish, actually being able to get something out of your time here on earth. So I think that we really have to do a better job as the Black community and as Christian community, because that I am a Christian. My entire life I have seen people mask pain, and I've actually had conversations with my friend that we tend to over spiritualize things that we don't want to address.
Yeah.
Well, it's all for God's glory. Okay, yes.
Yeah.
It's all
Yeah.
for his glory, for his honor, for his praise.
All of it.
But you need to do something different. You have to take responsibility.
You gotta change, right?
For the fact that you are depressed, you are anxious, you don't know how to communicate well, you don't know how to do basic things that will cause you to have that abundant life that Jesus talked about, that we might come into, that we might come into. But we allow really our fear of the unknown, fear of vulnerability, fear of feeling like we might be considered less than, to keep us from actually going into those deeper places. Yeah. So get a therapist.
Facts. Get a therapist. They're so good, because like there's sometimes where I gotta sit there and say, I think I have a balance, right? Because I feel like I'm a man of the people. I'm a man. I'm a minister. I'm all these great things, right? But I feel like I need to be able to feel the same way the people feel, so I can be able to talk about and touch at a certain point. But there's a real balance between that and then also causing myself to get into a angry fit, depression type of state. You know what I mean? So some videos I don't watch. You know what I mean? I may know about it, I may hear about it and some videos I might catch. Like you said, you not trying and it just pop up.
Total accident.
And then it starts to do something to you where you're like, yo, I gotta do something about this. I gotta be able to say something, do something, whether it's march, protest, whatever like that. But a lot of times, though, you need therapy. Like, it's okay to pray and have a therapist.
100%.
It's okay to have faith in God and
Jesus
to have somebody
and
talk about
therapy.
Right, yes, you need it all. You know what I mean? Like, one of the things there's something that you said that was really dope that I felt like, man, if I would have known this like years ago, it might have saved me or shifted the way I thought. You said, it's in God's will for you to pay your bills and to be able to walk in your purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like, and for me, that was so, because I think a lot of times we sit there and we think you got to have one or the other.
Right.
Like, we compartmentalize ourselves. Like,
right.
You know what I mean? I can't be fully Black and be fully a disciple. You know what I mean? I got to choose, am I a disciple first or am I a Black person first? You know what I mean? And I don't see anywhere in scripture where Jesus had to choose whether or not he was a Jew or African.
Jesus had an accountant.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Judas kept the money. If they didn't have money, he wouldn't have been able to move the way he was moving.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So even going back to the way we see ourselves in the public and how the police treat us and stuff like that, I think that, yes, there's scripture that says honor the authorities, right? For God has appointed them and stuff like that. I'm all for, following the laws and the rules of the kingdom, right?
Yeah.
At the same time, Jesus was also a person who fought the power and stood up again and got executed for it. You know what I mean? So I think that we have to do really good at protecting our mental wellness, which again is mental health, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Protect that. Get you a therapist. Talk to somebody. Your friend is not enough. I'm gonna say that too. Your friend is not. I am a friend.
Let me say
that
this.
I think I'm a good friend.
Great friend.
I think that a lot of people come to me, right? And I have the Spirit. I got divine insight. Yes, but there's a training that Monet has that I don't have.
Right.
And I will 100% tell you, go
to
see
therapy.
Monet.
Right,
Okay?
right.
Like, I can help you. I can give you a little 1-2
Right.
punch. But just like you said about the lizard brain, I didn't know that even existed.
Right.
Like, I know there's fight and flight, but I didn't know, that's the highest form of consciousness you could be at. You can't get no higher than that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so, yes, if you're always in survival mode, which is why when we listen to songs like Mind's Playing Tricks on Me or Trauma by Meek, or, we understand.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, yes, what do you do when your back is against the wall and you're now... And there's another movie out there. I forgot what it's called. It's on Netflix where it talks about like a dad gets locked up, then the son gets locked up. They go to prison together, and now they gotta survive and stuff like that.
Right.
It's really good. The dude who plays in Moonlight is in it.
Okay.
It's really good on Netflix, right? But it's like a prison story, and it's real. Like we get put into these boxes, figuratively and physically. You know what I mean? And expect to be thriving human beings.
Right.
You know what I mean?
To pull ourselves up by our bootstraps.
Right.
We don't have boots.
Right. And then what do you do? I forgot what my man said, a great theologian. He said, you tell us to pull us up by the bootstraps, but what happens when your bootstraps keep getting cut every time you try?
Right.
You know
That's
what I mean?
real good.
Yeah, it's real, like, like
Yeah.
how do you navigate this space in this country that doesn't love or care for you, or at least show you? Yeah, it's like you're in an abusive relationship.
Right.
It's like, you gotta find a way of processing. So whether that's doing something creative, going to therapy, talking to somebody, like, don't hold this trauma in because it's not good. And thoughts and prayers are out there to all of the families that have been affected by police brutality or black violence.
Yeah.
You got to do better as a community, as a
100.
culture, people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of my work is actually with black men. And it's surprising how much I have to prescribe crying to them. Like, and it sounds ridiculous, but we'll have conversations and they'll be like, I haven't cried in 20 years. 20 of them?
Yeah.
And who have you lost? Oh, I lost this person. I've been in prison this many times. I've done this, and you haven't shed a tear? No. So I literally have to tell them, like, I need you to go ahead and cry. Like, you could pick whatever time while you're in the shower. Like, just being able to tap into those emotions is life. If we were not meant to cry, God would not have given us tear ducts.
Facts.
Like, that's why you get that pain in your throat when you fighting that cry. Like, let it out.
Yeah.
Like, it's not meant to be kept in.
Right. One of the hardest rappers that we will all say, Pac, he even had a song called Shed So Many Tears.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So, don't feel like you can't, you know what I mean, cry, let it out. You know what I mean?
100%.
You got to let it out. Some way you got to let it out in a way that's not going to cause violence to other people. Right.
Absolutely.
Facts.
Absolutely.
So if you need a therapist, okay, holla at your girl.
Holla at me.
Nakia Hall, she'll take care of you.
Yes. I'm on Psychology Today and Black Therapy for Black Girls. Look me up.
Bet. We're going to sit there and drop the info right there for you in the comment section, everything like that for you to get tapped in. All right. Monet, it's everybody's favorite time of the show.
What time is it?
Top 5, baby.
Okay.
All right. You already know top 5 is when we get into a debate of our top 5 of anything, right? It could be MCs. It can be songs. It can be whatever. You know what I mean? Top 5 of the day. And because my lovely sister is from the Bay Area, we are going to get into the top 5 artists from the Bay Area.
From the Yay area.
Yeah, from the Yay area.
Yay,
Okay?
yes.
So these artists can be MCs, it can be hip hop, rappers,
Yes.
singers, whatever like that. You know what I mean? It's whatever you feel. I definitely feel like she's definitely going to have an advantage over me. So I'm going to do my best to fight this, but I'm sure her list's going to be more phenomenal than mine. But sis, give us your top 5 artists from the Yay.
So I told you I'm biased.
Right.
I prefer my rappers to tell a story. And my favorite is from the 90s to the early 2000s.
Got you.
So, of course, Mac Dre.
Okay.
That's number 1 on everybody's list.
Okay.
Everybody who's in the Bay came from Mac Dre.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So Mac Dre, E40, of course. E40 is gonna be over Too Short for me. Too Short is number 3. Then I'm between Mr. Fab and Keek the Sneak. All 3 legends.
Right.
4 of them are living legends.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's my list. Top 5.
Yeah. You know what? I think that was a really good list. I wasn't gonna put Mr. Fab. I don't really know. Keek the Sneak was definitely about to be on my list. He was
He was
about to be on my list. And again, I'm not from the Bay. I'm from the East Coast, so my ear may not be as trained. Okay. I will say that already. Okay. So I'm gonna go with 5.
Go ahead.
Number 5, I'm gonna go with G-Eazy. Now, G-Eazy.
List over.
G-Eazy may not be as popular, but G-Eazy got joints.
He got joints, and I like G-Eazy, but he don't make top 5.
G-Eazy got joints, okay?
Oh my God.
G-Eazy got joints. He might even have number 1s. You know what I mean? And the numbers ain't everything, all right? But okay, we're gonna go with G-Eazy.
Okay.
Number 4, we're gonna go with MC Hammer. You cannot sit there and there would be no light on the Bay Area.
Very disappointing.
Without MC Hammer. I'm not saying he's the best.
We barely get light as it is. I'm not even saying dope rappers.
I'm not saying we don't. All I'm saying is you can't beat Too Legit to Quit, and you can't touch this, okay? You Can't Touch It just came back with a TikTok challenge that went up. You can't tell me. I'm not saying he's everyone's favorite.
He don't have a Bay style. I don't even consider him Bay.
But he's from the Bay. He's from Oakland.
From the Bay.
He's from Oakland.
Okay.
He put
Go
Oakland
ahead.
on
Go
the map.
with your little list.
Okay, my little list. You gotta watch out for when they tell you your stuff little. All right, disrespectful at an all-time high. I hear you. Okay, you lucky. I love you. Number 3, I give it to Mac Dre.
Okay.
Mac Dre is definitely. We can't even. I mean,
exactly.
It's
he a little low on your list, but it's cool.
Number 2, I'm not from it, but I know Mac Dre is very influential in the Bay Area.
Right.
Number 2, I'm gonna have to give it to E40, Mr. Yadada. You know what I mean? Tell me when Hyphy was at an all-time high. We was in the AUC.
Shaking them dreads.
Yo, Jesus Christ had dreads, so shake them. I ain't got none, but I'm thinking about growing some. You know what I mean? E40, you know what I mean?
40 water.
Yes, definitely. You know what I mean? The slang, the lingo. You know what I mean? Definitely, E40 is quintessential Bay Area. Now, my number 1 was I wasn't sure because I'm not from the Bay, so I don't know if we. So I had to do a little research. So I put Too Short, right? Because my man, the albums.
100%.
What's my favorite word?
Shake that monkey. All
Shake
of
that
it.
monkey. You know what I mean? E40. Yes. But I was gonna also, if we give Tupac credit from being from the Bay because he was raised in Oakland, Pac definitely has to be number 1.
But Pac loved LA though.
Yeah, I know. But when he moved from the East Coast, he landed in the Bay, and he was formed all that digital underground before. He didn't get to LA really until he got locked up and came out. Which is when we get All Eyes on Me, and which was, you know what I mean. So I don't know how Bay people feel. I know who's not gonna claim Pac if they get the option to claim Pac, like, you know what I mean. So if Pac can be considered a Bay Area MC, I'm gonna get Pac number 1. GE's gonna drop out. Everybody else is gonna go follow suit. But if we not gonna get Pac,
then Too Short.
Okay, is number 1.
Yeah. I would. I mean, your numbers were a little off.
I understand.
But I love Tupac. Like in the debate between Biggie and Pac.
Of course you're gonna go Pac. I mean, of course I'm big, so
exactly. We're
it's understandable.
Different sides of the country,
right?
But I don't consider Pac to be Bay either.
I
love Tupac.
I don't feel like he is too, but I think it's because at the time where I was listening, when Pac was alive, he was screaming LA so much.
So loud.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That he wasn't screaming out Bay Area.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And that doesn't mean that maybe the Bay didn't have a sound or whatever like that. It could have been just, you know what I mean, where he was in Death Row. Death Row was headquartered in LA. You know what I'm saying? Suge took care of him when he was in jail. So boom, my allegiance is to LA. You know what I'm saying? To live and die in LA. You know? Right. But I don't, you know, if we consider him, you know what I mean? I definitely think when I was doing my research, I kept saying, what is it, Mr. Fab? Mr. Fab, I saw Keek the Sneak. You know what I mean? I saw, what's his name? Something J, like a little, I don't think it's Little J or 5J. It was something like I saw a lot of different Bay Area that, of course, I didn't know about. I knew, is it SOB and RBE or something like? I know they're newer, you know what I mean, and I know they're making a little noise. I heard them on the Black Panther album. I was like, I like their joint, you know what I mean? So Bay Area got a strong presence, you know what I'm saying?
But for me, my list is based on the people who sound like the Bay.
Yeah.
Like if you don't have the Bay sound, you can be from the Bay.
but
if your music doesn't reflect that, like you more of a mainstream rapper.
I feel you, which is why I can understand if somebody comes at me about G-Eazy.
Yeah.
I can see if somebody, I almost thought about putting Sweetie, but I'm like, no, Sweetie ain't got no bars. I know she repped the Bay, but I'm
Gowns.
But yeah.
Lovely gowns. And I love Sweetie. But Sweetie is like, don't stop in the club, get guap. It's like,
yeah. No, I hear you.
It's not bars.
Hey, no bars over here. You know, we all about the bars over here.
100.
Yo, that was a great top 5. Definitely, you can trash me if you want. I don't care. Feel free to drop your comments. Let me know if my list is whack. If you rocking with Monet's list better. If you from the Bay and you like, yo, how can you forget?
Right. And if you don't know Mr. Fab, Son of a Pimp, just put that on and let it play.
Yeah.
Put that on.
There you go. You see, she's certified. She know what she's talking about. Only hip hop heads up here at the Crowns Up podcast. Monet, did you enjoy yourself?
I did. Thank you for having me. It was great.
Thank you for being here and busting here. You definitely don't have to be a stranger anytime you want to come and pull up.
Never.
You have an open
Call me
seat
back.
here at the table. Oh yeah, we definitely will. We definitely will. Please drop your social information. How can people get in contact with you if they want to pull up, if they want a therapy session, if they want to get to know you a little better? You know what I mean? What they got to do? My
Instagram is Nakia MH, NAKIAMH. You can find me on Psychology Today if you need a therapist. My name is Nakia Hall. Just look me up in the Atlanta area. And then I'm also on Therapy for Black Girls. And just put my name in and I'll pop up.
Bet. Definitely.
And website dropping soon, so it'll make it a little bit easier on that too.
Website dropping soon. That's what I'm talking about. Definitely. Please tap into Miss Hall. She has phenomenal jewels and gems and bars to give to you that can help you get your life right. So definitely make sure you tap into her. Keep on subscribing. Crowns Up Pod on all social media. CROWNSUPPOD. Definitely drop a review. Tell somebody to tell somebody. Go listen to us where podcasts can be found. We keeping your crown fit and your soul lit. You already know, #1 spot for hip hop, faith, and culture. As always, keep your crowns up. I love y'all. Be blessed.
Bye.
Deuces.